I felt that prejudice more than anybody. Oh yeah, they didn't like the Laxist attitude in Hollywood. The hatred of white people is unbelievable. I don't know anything about Jewish people doing drugs. I don't hang out at Hasidic crack houses. Oy vey, anybody got some good crack? Shannon Doherty, Jason Priestley, these people, they know me. They remember me. Shannon's struggling with lung cancer right now. Tori, she lived right across the street from where a friend of mine used to live. Yeah, Tori, Aaron Spelling was her father, and he cut her out of the will. I used to visit across the street. Tori Spelling lived in Henry Fonda's old house. Henry Fonda grew up, and Aaron Spelling bought Henry Fonda's house. It was right across the street from a place I used to visit. So I had a chance to know the story behind Tori and Aaron. But Aaron cut her out of the will. That was a very bitter father-daughter situation. She has not had an easy ride in life, no. There are a lot of people in that industry that have had kind of like, a tough time. Just being born into a rich Jewish family doesn't make you like a guaranteed success. There were a lot of people that didn't make it. I knew the peripheral people, the people that were like just, the guy I knew was a guy I knew in college, and I just tagged along with him, and he got deeper and deeper into drugs. I didn't touch drugs. And they knew that too. They knew I didn't do cocaine, so I was alienated from the group, but I don't know if the 90210 guys raped teen actors. I had no idea. No. But I do know that 90210 guys were pretty much partiers. I could see that. I mean, it was happening all around me. I couldn't get into the bathroom. I heard this tapping sound whenever I get in there. Hey, could I use the bathroom? Excuse me. Can I come in and use the bathroom? Hey, man, use the one next door, man. Hey, I just need it for like just a couple minutes. No, man, the one next door, man. And they were in the bathroom with whatever they were tapping. I don't know what the tapping thing is. Does anybody know anything about that? What about you, heads of horse? What's that tapping sound? Anyway, went next door and met this lovely meth head woman in her late 30s. She had literally bore a hole in her nose from snorting meth. She had this hole in her nose, and when she drank milk, it would come out of her nose. Oh, it was just so sad. And she kept talking about her grafts the doctor was going to give her to fix her palate. It was way beyond a deviated septum. It was really sad. I mean, she literally got so into methamphetamines that she was snorting it and bore a hole in her nose. So it's a very sad story about their neighbor at that party. You break up your coke before you go out? I don't know what you're talking about. Bullets? No. Oh, I see what you're saying. You take one of those. I've seen these used, yeah. Yeah, they're little plastic things that you put the coke in, and then they flip it around. You could put a load of coke in, and you just put it up next to your nose going, while nobody's looking. Is that what you're talking about, Rodney? And you get that nice and fluffy coke, so it just loads right into the cartridge? Yeah, you know exactly what coke is all about. Yeah, see, there you have it. We got coke experts in here from the 80s that are still doing coke, like Rodney. Wow. You go way back, man. Do they still sell those bullets? I would think that people would be more inclined to not drink Coca-Cola and do coke. You should drink Pepsi and do coke on the side, I would think. No, I don't need any bullets like that. I don't have it. Hey, thank you, Beekman. Finally got my colors right. Beekman finally approved. Look at that. Took me forever. I was waiting for you to come in the show, knowing full well you critique the color of the show. But yeah, in Hollywood, 80-90% of the people there are Jewish, but they're not real Jews. I mean, the real Jews are long gone. These are Ashkenazi Jews like the ones in Israel, the fake Jews, the imposters. I had the no orange earlier, and then I said, I better get some orange, and I backed off just to the point where it was acceptable by you. So you're talking about leak-proof bottles and dispensers? Oh, here it is. This is what he's referring to. Rodney's referring to a bullet. It's a snuff bottle for storing spices, and it loads it into the front category or something like that. No, this is a spice bottle. This isn't some drug paraphernalia. Well, you guys know so much about drugs. I don't know anything about drugs. I've never done drugs. I just smoke pot. But you're so knowledgeable, I should back off with all the great knowledge you possess. Now, this is the concept. Careful what you wish for, because you're going to get it, you know? We don't want more surveillance at America's Third Party. We don't want them to track and trace our bodies. We don't want to have ID 2020 injected people with no other purpose but to, track them until they're dead. America's Third Party stands for a long-live liberty. We don't want surveillance. So if you really want to stop this slave state that's coming, this complete technocratic nightmare, you really need to start telling people about America's Third Party and what I'm trying to do with my write-in campaign. I don't have any cocaine, never did. But you, on the other hand, probably have a load in your bathroom right now underneath the sink. There's a secret stash place up behind the back of your sink, Rodney, where you keep your coke. We know all about that. Yeah, it's got duct tape on it. People have been in there to look at that. Totally. You've been examined and looked at already. You've been vetted. Remote viewers can see everything that you put where you put your cocaine. I know you're saying you don't put it there. Oh, I know. But we know that's where it is. See, I have access to information about Curlian photography tonight. Oh, you're right. But you put those, that's the thing. No one expects you to put it there because you put those little dry cartridges in next to your Coke. So it dehydrates it. So you're thinking ahead of them, thinking, oh, well, nobody's going to put their Coke under a sink because it's too wet. Exactly. That's exactly where you put it, Rodney. Yeah, he keeps it in the toilet tank in a plastic bag, duct taped. Exactly. Not in the toilet, though. It's up behind the sink underneath. Nobody goes back there. That's where you put it. I'll watch him scurry back to his bathroom right now and try to move it around. And you're on webcam, man. We're watching you. We see everything you do. You're being watched.
That goes for both of us.
Thank you, David. Really. You're welcome.
Abuse. I was living in the UAE. I was married Islamically, so by default,